In this video, I'll be showing you paddle binds to help you improve your controller gameplay in Fortnite. The first thing we're going to need to do is assign the face buttons to the paddles. I assigned B or circle on PS4 controllers to the paddle that is pointed out on screen now. It should have an arrow next to it. I assign my right D-pad, or it's like, which is the plus on the controller, so if you're just looking at that. I assigned that one to my left paddle, which is also shown on screen now with an arrow. And the third and the fourth are kind of preference. I would suggest binding face buttons to it. It's just up to you. You could double up on buttons if something's faulty, or just use them for those extra face buttons. The next thing you're going to need to do is log into Fortnite and look at your settings. So let's do that now. So we're in our settings now, and we're going to go into controller mapping, which is just the controller symbol. It's right next to the profile and the controller symbol with the gear next to it. You'll find it. And you should have custom binds on, so you can change it as your preset. And then most of the start should basically just be standard. So A to jump or X on PS4, you know, and that kind of thing. Like your jump, your shooting, your targeting, all that should be pretty standard. Switching weapons, it's really up to you for that. So what I end up doing is I have turned off my right D-pad. I've unmapped it. So because at the moment it's like the match quests, so you can open up the menu for that. So I've unbinded that so I can use it as my editing button. So if you want to scroll down to building, you'll have a look at switch mode /edit, hold, which is having your build and your edit binded to the same thing. You want to get rid of that because completely getting rid of it will give you a little bit less input delay as well. Plus, we're not even going to use it, so there's not much point in keeping it. Then if you scroll down, you'll see a switch mode button, and you want to bind that to B or circle, and then you want to go down to your edit now. Everything else should just be blank, it's fine. And then you want to go, it should just be standard, and if it's not, you can like just reset your binds to what you want them to be after. But like if you've got confirm should be, it's up to you, but for me I have it the same as my paddles, so my edit paddle. But it's up to you, like you can use a different button, but that's what I'm using. Reset is my right stick, and then I have edit building as my right D-pad, which is going to be what you want to do. So having it as your right D-pad will just let you use that paddle to also like to edit the walls and do stuff with only one click rather than a hold. So from there, that's basically the top two paddles. Now the bottom ones, there's a few options you can do here. You can decide to bind them to your Y and your A button on Xbox, or which would be your triangle and your X button on PS5/PS4 controller. Now that's good because then you don't have to take your thumb off your joystick to jump or switch to your pickaxe. Now this is totally just preference, so you can choose for that. Now I'm going to just quickly scroll through all my binds just so you can have a quick look at what I've done. If you need to look at the controls, just pause it. That's all good. Anyway, now that you've looked at your controls, you should definitely be trying to practice. So, the free build map you should see up on screen is a really good way of just getting used to it. Now, first up, you might not want to be diving straight into doing something too tricky. Maybe just get used to it, and just get used to confirming your edits if you're on edit on release off, or if you're on edit on release on, then just get used to just using your binds. Just do a few basic edits, maybe edit some walls, edit some floors, try and do a double edit, you know, ease into it a bit, and then you can start doing the more advanced stuff. That's the best way you're going to be getting better. And that brings us to the end of the video. I hope the binds worked out for you, and I'll see you in the next one.